Also
Ladies
just
and
real
gentlemen,
quick.
guys and gals, non-binary pals, and a technical rainbow in between. This is Modular Media Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Boyle, Ryder Gaston, and with me, as always, is my tag team partner.
The Vacuuminator, and this motherfucker didn't tell me we were live until he started doing the intro.
As it should be, and this is Modular Media Wrestling Podcast, where we talk about the wrestling we watched over the week that we want to talk about. News, toys, anything whatsoever that we just fancies our fancy vote. That's the intro.
Yes.
Fancies our fancy vote. You doing good?
I'm trying to type out a tweet to promote this shit.
No.
What do you... You want me to fucking dance? I'll fucking dance. Look, here's a fucking TikTok. You happy?
No, because I didn't want to see that.
Too bad. That's what you get for tricking me.
I didn't trick you. I said, let's get this shit on the road.
Yeah, 2 seconds before we got this shit on the road when I had something else to... Jesus. Well, yeah, wrestling happened this week.
How much wrestling happened this week?
I'd say about 80% wrestling.
Okay. What was the other 20%?
Marvel and a little bit of robots.
Well, I
may have gotten Transformers Studio Series 86 Grimlock in the mail. I may or may not be salivating at it just off screen.
you also had a little bit of waifu bait.
I did. Tom King, he's the best man, and I can't wait for him to make the best girl the best comic. That's all there is to be said about that.
Imagine that's the one where he just totally shits the bed.
No, that was Heroes in Crisis. He's not going to do it again. He's not going to... Don't you fucking dare curse me. If that comic turns out bad now, I will find you.
You're the one who wished it on the monkey
I
paw.
have your address.
You're the one who found that monkey paw, bruh.
Hey, I wished with a genie. I rubbed the lamp like a good boy. I've got 2 wishes left. I'm good. Solid.
The other 2 wishes are for Power Girl and Matrix Supergirl.
No, Matrix Supergirl fucking sucks. I'm not touching that shit.
Okay. Jesus. I didn't know you had that such a vitriolic opinion about Silly Putty.
That's a rant I've had saved up for a while and still technically do. I'll make that video one day.
All right.
But
wrestling. I don't know how do you want to just get into the shit I didn't watch?
Yeah, so 2 things at the top of the week that Boingo didn't have time to watch. We had AEW 2 Show. The second edition of that was this week, where Brandon Cutler and Kenny Omega hosted, basically introed each segment from a local Jacksonville barcade, which is pretty cool, pretty fun, although with how off script they got at points.
I did start. I watched half of this. I remember part of this.
Yeah, because it's pretty obvious that Kenny's like maybe 2 White Claws in during this.
Either that, or he is like 3 different journeys going to and fro the Impact Zone. It's just like, I have had 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah,
nothing else.
He's very lucid in this, and Brandon is just trying to gently lead him along. But it's fun. It's good. I like that.
Oh, yeah. The arcade looked cool. There was a TMNT pinball machine.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I forgot that I watched it. Because it wasn't a bunch of information.
Now.
It wasn't a bunch of new information. It was just like, hey, here's some of the behind-the-scene things and some updates on other things.
Yeah, because we got a little montage, behind-the-scenes video of them recording sound effects for the, I I want to say AAA game, but that's weird saying in the context of wrestling. But the main console title they're working on,
Just say it
they
like
recorded
Jim.
sound effects.
Just say it like I can't
Jim
remember.
Sterling.
Yeah, but I can't remember their new name, and I wanted to be respectful. But they say Jim
Oh,
is
I didn't
still.
know.
They said Jim is still okay because that's kind of like their middle name now. Yeah,
Hmm.
they made a whole. They didn't make a whole big video about it, but like at the end of one of their videos, they said like, yeah, no, this pretty non-binary, and they're more feminine. Like I can't remember the word. It's like acting, but it's presenting. They're
Hmm.
feminine presenting now.
Okay, good for them.
Yeah. Uh, but they always say AAA as triple I to make it
All right.
more
Well,
corporate and
they recorded
bullshit.
sound effects for the Triple I title
Please
over
don't do that. I
uh
regret that
at
immediately.
too bad at the they recorded at the DDP Yoga Studio, which was cool to see. Like some of the because like I always enjoy like off the beaten path behind the scenes material because you always have just like stuff of actors goofing off on sets and like directors giving interviews about like and this is how we came up with the story for this piece, but you rarely ever anymore get to see people recording Foley for stuff, and
Unless
that's
it's like
super
animated.
interesting. Some of the yeah, and it's super interesting some of the ways they come up with stuff because like one of my favorite behind the scenes things to watch when I was a kid was a video about how they make the Foley for a radio drama that I had years and years ago when I was like maybe pre 10 years old, and I haven't seen that in a long time, but this kind of reminded me of that, and it's kind of like cool, fun. Oh, you don't often get to see this. I'm like, that's an interesting way they got that sound. That's an interesting way they got that sound. Just fun little thing. Um, and then we got Brandon and Kenny talking about like, hey, creative character mode's going to be a thing in our game. We're making sure it's very expansive. And they kind of shared some memories of the kind of creative characters they make. And then like Kenny just fucking blatantly goes, "Yeah, I think the first character I'm gonna make in our game once I get my hands on the final version is Xavier Woods."
Because they're friends in real life.
Yeah, this is funny.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, they still do that end of year giant bomb top 10 game thing.
that's true. Um, wonder if I wonder if Vince is gonna eventually put the kibosh on that because of third party stuff.
Here's the thing, he could just go by Austin Creed.
That's true.
He's
Um,
built up that brand enough.
and then Aubrey ran down the player stats functions of the Elite General Manager. I barely remember this because like I'm not retaining knowledge on that game because I don't know if I'm going to play it a whole bunch. I'll
It's
try
much
it.
more for like statty kind of RPG peoples.
Hmm. And then it ended with Kenny announcing that Casino Double or Nothing would be out on the 26th of February, which was the day after this show aired. So the game is out now. You can go play it if you want to. I don't give a shit because I don't care about casino games.
Yeah, and apparently people have played it, and it is just kind of like a reskin to kind of generate money for more projects.
Hmm.
Sad, but
Understandable.
you know,
What are you gonna do, kind of thing.
yeah,
And then
it fits with
anything else
their
you want?
gambling theme. That's about it.
Yeah, and it helps promote that Double or Nothing will be the next pay per view after Revolution, I guess.
Yeah,
Um, and then on Sunday, I believe it's either Sunday or Monday that this show airs. John Moxley retained his IWGP US Heavyweight Championship against Kenta on New Japan Strong. I meant to watch this match. I just kept forgetting about it. I heard it was very good, though, and I'm honestly kind of surprised that Moxley retained. I would have thought he would lose that belt and then get the shit kicked out of him at Revolutions in order to sell him taking paternity leave. But I guess he's going to go to Japan for a little bit first.
maybe, maybe. Uh,
Uh-huh.
but no, I didn't even know this happened, so I'll just go back and watch it like tomorrow.
Yeah. Uh, And then we got the AEW Women's World Title Eliminator Tournament show on Bleacher Report Live this past Sunday, I believe it was.
And then a few hours on YouTube because Bleacher Report fucked up the stream.
My stream buffered like 3 times. I never missed much, but there was some serious buffering issues.
Yeah, I just watched it later on YouTube.
And, big ups to Tony Khan for immediately going like, yeah, this was a mistake. Here you go.
Yeah. Like, Tony Khan is at least pretty okay on that when it comes to that kind of thing.
But the show opened with the Joshi 6-woman tag match, which was Hikaru Shida, Maki Ito, Mei Suruga? I think it's Mei Suruga.
Yes.
Versus Veni, Emi Sakura, and...
Maki Ito.
Oh, who am I forgetting? Oh, yeah, Maki... I thought I said Maki Ito.
No, Maki Ito was on the heel side.
Okay, yes. Oh, then I said she was on the wrong team. Yuka Sakazaki was on the face side.
No, because Yuka Sakazaki was in the Eliminator tournament still.
I'm very confused.
Do you want me to go back and look and see what it was?
Just tell me.
I don't remember. All I know is Emmy's. I know what side my girl Maki was on. That's all I need to know.
Well, we've remembered the full heel team. We've remembered 2 out of the 3 of the face team.
Ray was the other one.
Ray. Ayanami?
Yes. She was in blue.
Oh, no, Rin Katakura.
Rin Katakura, right.
Yes. The one I pegged as my favorite and then became the most forgettable member of the entire tournament.
It's not that bad.
She got some good stuff to do in this match. This match was great.
Maki's just really good at selling her character.
Like, some of the shit she was doing had me laughing out loud, and this is the first time in a while I've watched a wrestling show in the living room. So, it's kind of like, what are you watching? What is all that screaming?
It is a little Japanese girl trying her fucking best.
And the fucking heel shit that Emi Sakura pulled. Oh.
I love this new character direction for Emi Sakura. I don't know if this has been her Joshi character for years, or if it's like new. Again, just great.
I haven't read up on her at all, but if I had to theorize, I would say this is what her character has been evolving into in Japan for a while, but she was doing a nostalgia act thing for AEW in America.
Yeah, it seems reasonable. But no, this was a fun like triple threat, triple tags, thingamajig.
Veni is still awesome. I was really surprised by the big sister little sister dynamic with Hikaru and May, but I want to see more of it now.
It seems
bring
adorable.
May over to America.
Bring all of them over back to America.
Yes. Open fucking vax everyone and open the borders already. I need more Choshis on weekly TV.
God damn. Man. It was just so much fun. And like, I saw a really cool comment of someone going like, I've been seeing a lot of people saying Maki Ito would do great in America, but why? Why does people think of it? Her gimmick is very Japanese centric? And someone pointed out, it was on Reddit, I can't remember their username. Shout out to you if you ever see this, you probably won't. That basically, her gimmick is so Japanese focused and focused on Japanese Idol that part of it is she got fired for being an idol, for having a big head, for not being good enough. And there's enough, and it's very possible that there's a large part of the Japanese audience who would agree with those producers and go like, yeah, no, she does have a big head. She doesn't really quite fit as an idol. And so don't get that sympathy. But us in America, we don't give a shit about that. It's like, you tried for your dreams and they said no? Fuck you! Yay, Maki!
Your head is fine. You're beautiful. I want to kiss you right now.
But like, it's that kind
Kick
of mindset.
your ass.
But it's that kind of like individualism that America has can really lend to Maki being that underdog, sympathetic character. While in Japan, they're so inundated with Japanese idol culture, they can agree with the producer and maybe not have as much sympathy.
Like if she did everyone who is the cutest in the world in Jacksonville, I'm sure there would be a thundering response of her name.
God damn. Imagine in Chicago when it's like Chicago crowd.
Oh God. Maki Ito for the title at All Out. Let's do it.
Ooh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Um,
We have to have her lose though because Maki is suffering.
Yeah. Maybe if they ever introduce women's tag titles, she could win those.
But we had another match right after that, which was Yuka Sakazaki versus Ryu Mizunami.
So good. Oh my God. Like I have a renewed interest in Yuka Sakazaki because I thought she was cool the first time I saw her in AEW, but then she quickly faded to the background. In this tournament, her personality has gotten over so much better, and she just seems really adorable and fun. And then Ryu Mizunami just has this total like fiery '80s babyface spirit to her that makes me want to see her succeed. Like there's been a thing of for the last 10, 15 years since women's wrestling was given more of a highlight and like impact, and then in WWE and now in AEW, where people have always been saying, who's gonna be the female Hulk Hogan? And for a while people thought it would be Rhea Ripley. Ryu Mizunami. She has female Hulk Hogan energy.
Yeah, especially with like some of the bits she does in the ring, like the miming of the rope, the apologies.
Yeah.
That's really nice. It's just like a really interesting like honor thing. Like I hate to say honor because that plays into the fucking Japanese stereotypes, but it's that kind of like I sportsmanship.
Yeah, she gives her all, but also she gonna respect you.
Yeah. And sometimes that respect also means I'm gonna punch you in the face, as we'll get to later in this evening. But no, this was great. Yuka looked fucking fantastic, just bouncing off this Haas woman. Again, we have another Haas woman. It's just I love we're getting a women's Haas division.
Yeah.
Because WWE has one Haas woman. AEW
and
has multiple.
Not
Haas
the best.
Women. No, do they have two? Naya and what the other one? I can't remember her name.
Tamina?
Yeah, Tamina.
Neither of them are all that great.
But AEW has access to Aja Kong, Ryo Mizunami, Nyla Rose.
They've got Awesome Kong's phone number.
And now we have Jade Cargill too, because she's kind of a taller Amazonian of a woman.
Yeah. But then we went to America for Thunder Rosa versus Riho. This match was not the best thing ever, but definitely better than I thought it was going to be.
I mean, they definitely left a lot of it in the tank because we can definitely get like a fucking 5-star classic out of both of them in like a pay-per-view. But like, no, this was fine. This was good.
Yeah. Also, apparently, Rosa's gear for this match was Selena's feet, which is a reference I don't get, but was a big deal to a lot of people. So I thought I'd mention.
Was this the purple one?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Mortal Kombat?
No, Selena's is a '90s movie, apparently.
Oh.
Same. But, like, people were freaking out over it, so... They...
It's probably very important to those people. And if, like, I knew what it was, I'd probably go, like, you know what? That was cool. All I remember
I just want her to wear the Aubrey Killer gear all the time.
All I remember is Thunder Rosa also wore, like, the NBA gear.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? It's a fucking team out in California. I can't remember their name.
Whatever. Uh, but yeah, Rosa beat Riho, pinned her in a cradle. And then on Monday, she fought Nyla Rose. And this is another thing where I was like, yeah, I need to watch that. And then I kept forgetting about it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good.
Cool.
So tell me about BTE, like your shirt.
Oh my gosh, I have merch from ProWrestlingTees.com. Click
Please
the link
don't
in the
do it. It
description
looks
below.
like you're rubbing your nipples.
Oh, you mean like this?
Oh god, motherfucker, your camera's on. You know that, right?
I know.
Ugh.
I hope everybody keep vids this. Just keep vid this and embarrass me with it in 10 years.
And by the
Do
way,
it.
if you are listening to this on podcasts, on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any other podcasting platform, we do this live on YouTube every Thursday. At least we try to every Thursday. You can find us on Modular Media. Go search us up there, and you can see other shows and things that we are doing, including A Little Worse Than a Pod, A Little Better Than a Cast, which is our WandaVision podcast, which is going to be ending soon. But we have some projects lined up to kind of take its place. Wink. MMWP, of course. And tell them about your podcast.
I thought you were going to sing it. So This Week in Toku is a show that I do every week with Miriam of Bustercore, where we recap all the latest news and episodes of Tokusatsu. We're about 3 episodes deep now, getting into the grit with Power Rangers Dino Fury, and then this weekend Zenkai or Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger will be premiering, so we'll be discussing that on Monday. And we may have a special someone joining us for that episode. You may want to keep an eye on at the Modular Media on Twitter, say around Sunday, say around the afternoon for details. And that's all I'll say about that.
But yeah, you can go check out them there. You can also find them on other podcasting platforms. I don't think Twit's on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any of those places yet, but we will keep you posted.
I have not had time yet. I want to do it tomorrow night, but I may not have time then. So some point in the next week or so.
We'll keep people posted. It's not like it's the end of the world that it's not out yet. Plus, then you can have like 5 episodes at once, and it's like, yeah, it's good for growth, good for podcasts.
Yeah.
But tell me about the BTE nipples.
I don't know how many nipples were featured on BTE. I'd have to go back and count. But there was a hilarious opening segment where Matt Jackson is doing something on his laptop, and then one of his kids comes up and goes, Dad, did you see who you guys signed? And he's like, what? Who? We got 1 million freelancers on Dark right now. Who did we sign? What's going on? And they're like, it's the Big Show. Remember? From when you were a jobber on SmackDown? Like, literally they say that. And then it cuts to the footage of Big Show choke slamming him through a table on an episode of SmackDown. And then he's like, oh shit. Oh fuck. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. And they're like, but this is your house. Just tell your mom I'll be back later. And then he closes the door and there's sound effects of him driving off.
That's fucking great.
Because remember, in wrestling, everything is in continuity. Everything.
Yep. It's just kind of funny to know that.
Yeah.
That Ricky Starks teaming up with Team Taz once got beaten up by Ryback.
Then we had a backstage segment from this week's episode of Dynamite where Kenny Omega, kind of out of his current character, did a little opening of a vintage pack of WCW trading cards. It's kind of funny how, like, half the cards were dead guys, and then the other half were guys who are working at AEW right now.
That's morbid.
Like, literally at one point they were like, oh man, I remember when that guy died. That sucked. Who's next? Hey, it's Arn!
Fucking. Well, hey, look, it's a boy.
Yeah.
It's Sting.
Oh boy.
Was there a Sting?
And then I think so. I can't
cool.
remember entirely. I know Arn was in there for sure. That's why I said him.
Yeah.
But Then somebody from off camera hands him a care package from Nike, which he opens to reveal the real reason for the segment, which is that Kenny Omega now has official custom Nike sneakers with the Omega symbol on the heels. And they're
Okay.
gorgeous.
Are those being sold, or are they just for him?
They're one of a kind just for him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does he wrestle in boots or sneakers?
I think he wrestles in boots. I'm not sure.
Mm.
I
know
have
he
to
has
like
kick
go
pads.
downstairs and get one of my Kenny figures out.
I know he wrestles in kick pads, but I don't know if he has boots underneath or not.
Be awesome if he wore those at Revolution, but they'd probably get messed up.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, hey, Kenny, if you fucking wear them in your regular gear, maybe Nike make them a regular shoe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then Matt Hardy is backstage with Isaiah Cassidy and the Hybrid 2, and they're basically like, yeah, shit's going down on Wednesday. Yeah, shit's going down at Revolution. We're heels. Heels, heels, heels. Mark Quinn's coming back. And that's the whole segment. Then we got John Silver and Alex Reynolds still on the hunt for Sting, and this time they run across Eddie Kingston and mistake him for Sting. And he sits them down and he's like, okay, guys, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you looking for Sting? Because we want to sign him to the Dark Order. He'd be a great asset to the Dark Order. Are you the NWO? No. You don't need Sting. Stop trying to add new guys. You got Hangman. Hangman's a huge get. You should be focusing on Hangman. Why are you trying to get Sting? Stop reaching further than you came. Just focus on Hangman. That's where your attention should be right now, or you're going to lose him again. Like trying to be wholesome dad. But the whole time, John Silver still thinks he's Sting. And so eventually he just gets frustrated and leaves.
Give me Eddie Kingston being the voice of reason for everyone but himself.
Yeah. Eddie Kingston is that guy who's never been in a relationship but gives everybody relationship advice.
No, he's in several relationships. They're all just fucking shit and, like, crazy. But, like, he'll give you the best advice.
Eddie Kingston is the John Constantine of the AEW universe.
Isn't it Constantine?
It depends on the universe.
Okay.
Like, literally in anything live action, it's Constantine, and then in the comics, it's supposed to be pronounced Constantine.
Was it Constantine or Constantine in the Keanu Reeves movie?
It was Constantine. Or no, I think it's reversed. In the live action stuff, it's Constantine. In the comics, it's supposed to be pronounced Constantine.
What about animated?
I haven't seen any of the animated stuff with him. I don't know. We'd have to consult Cody.
Yeah.
Then we got a little Dark Order Kai segment where it's basically a joke of Alex Upperhentes going like, yeah, we're going to beat up Proud and Powerful next week. We're going to have a proper match with them on BT next week. And Five keeps going, but they just kicked the crap out of us. And Ten's going, shut up, Five, and shoving him into a garage door.
Inshallah.
And then we paid off the weird Vicious Vixens doing like a casting call angle from a couple weeks ago where it was just dudes dancing. And Ryzen comes in and he's like, hey, I see you're doing a nun gimmick. I'm a demonic preacher. What do you say? And they're like, yeah, sure, come on. And then there's a shot of them walking together. So I guess, yeah, Ryzen is in the Vicious Vixens now. Ryzen signed to AEW confirmed.
I mean, he's been helping out Matt Hardy forever, and he's been in the outside. I'd imagine Ryzen's just kind of like, I can see him barely, like, being able, not, I don't know what he'd do, but I don't think he'd be a negative to AEW.
I mean, honestly, the three of them could probably do a better version of Nightmare Collective.
Yeah.
But then we got Dark Order putting Five in an ice bath to heal up after being attacked and thrown into a table at the end of last week's Dynamite. And yes, I realized I fucking yeah.
On the list for the people who are wondering what we're talking about, he put heel, but it was HEEL. As if
I was tired when
as in the bad guy trope of professional wrestling. That's the joke. That's the giggle. That's it. Continue.
Yeah, that's the giggle. That's the gap. And then Hangman comes up and he's like, "Oh, hey, Five, I'm glad you're all right. Where's the rest of you during Dynamite?" And they're all like, "Oh, we were busy doing things and stuff, and yeah, sorry, we should have been there." But look at Five's dick. It's all shriveled up because he's in an ice bath. Look at his nickel dick. And Hangman's like, "Yo, your friend got hurt. Stop being an ass. Be nice to him. He needs support right now." And Anna just looks at him and goes like, "Maybe you're not so bad after all." It's like,
Yes.
Good times. And then we got a dumb Good Brothers segment where they're sitting in the waiting room at the hospital for Papa Buck, and Brandon Cutler is in between them and asleep. And Luke Gallows admits to Carl Anderson that earlier in the day he gave Papa Buck a Viagra because he admitted that Mama Buck hadn't been interested in a while. And Carl Anderson understandably is like, "Why the fuck would you give Papa Buck a Viagra? What the hell is wrong with you?" And he's like, "'Cause it's funny. Look, here, I'll give Brandon a Viagra." And they just toss it down his throat. And then BTE this week fades out on them like going, "Holy shit, Brandon!"
Brandon Cutler has a big dick, confirmed.
I mean, man's got a very supportive wife and 3 kids, so.
Oh, God. All right. That's... I mean, they wanted us to think that, so...
Yeah. And then we got the standard, hey, there's a big episode of Dynamite coming up, so let's do a Road to kind of promotional thing. Road to Dynamite Crossroads. Did you watch this?
Yes, I did. It wasn't very
Okay,
long.
why don't you take the lead on?
Well, first thing first, we have FTR basically going like, hey, Tully may not have wrestled since 1987. 89. But may not have wrestled since 1989. He may be an old man. That may be all you know him as. But he was one of the fucking greatest. And he still has just a little bit left in the tank. And he's going to use it with us. That makes him dangerous because he has nothing else to lose. That kind of bullshit. And basically saying like, yeah, no, Tully's fucking badass. Get ready for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have basically a recap of Shaq, Cody, Jade, and Red Velvet. Just a whole little big thing going like talking about how Jade Cargill looks good, her story in AEW, and just going like, yo, Shaq is fucking tall. Shaq's a big boy. Shaq is
Classic
one of
wrestling of, look at this large man. Wouldn't you like to come watch this large man beat up these slightly less large men?
Yes, I would actually. When they do it right. Which honestly. But just talking about all that, and Red Velvet goes on about like, yeah, no, fuck Jade Cargill.
Yeah. It was alright.
Yeah, it was solid. It built up to the things that were like the things that this Dynamite was the end game for.
Yeah.
Not necessarily anything that Revolution's for, because I'm pretty sure we might be getting a road to... We got a countdown to Revolution.
Yeah. I haven't had time to watch it yet. I might not watch it at all, but... And then... Oh boy, was Tuesday an interesting day. So much shit went down. So first off, Joey Ryan announced that he was doing a charity show. Well, Bar Wrestling announced that they're doing a charity show, but in newsflash, people, Bar Wrestling is Joey Ryan. And Brian Cage and Sonny Kiss were listed as talent on the show. And somebody went to Tony Khan on Twitter and said, yo, what the fuck? I thought you were blacklisting this dude. And he was like, yeah, I just texted them. They're pulled from the show. If Joey Ryan is involved, my people aren't. And on the one hand, like, yeah, good, fucking blackball Joey Ryan. I don't like that guy. But also, don't refer to the wrestlers as your people. That's a little, like, capitalistic, control-y language. I don't like that.
I can understand it being like my guys, my companions.
Yeah.
Our team isn't going to be involved with him.
But then, right after that kerfuffle on Twitter, the account for the charity show was wiped blank and then just posted "Stay tuned," and the show was canceled.
Yep, and apparently the women's charity that they were donating to also shady as shit. Oh, God. Name a bigger lolcow in fucking wrestling than Joey Ryan right now.
I don't think I can. Maybe Marty Scurll, because he was apparently supposed to be on New Japan this week, and then the segment got pulled because people found out and were pissed.
Oh, God.
But both those guys is just like, damn, motherfuckers, you had a chance for, like, actual serious self-reflection and reinvention, and one of you just chose to double down, and the other one is trying to ignore it as best he can.
Yeah. God damn. Remember that time when Joey Ryan on his Twitter said he found God? That's fucking hilarious.
And then we got our latest wacky Tony Khan is on Impact segment this week. This is the only thing from Impact I watched this week, because it is a very fiery Tony Khan promo where he just goes like, hey, guys, I know we don't always see eye to eye, but I gave you what you want. Don Callis' guy is getting the match he wants at Revolution. So you all need to get behind me, because guess what? It may not be fun to say, but Impact, your time in the sunshine is behind you. You're no longer the leader in the industry. AEW is the leader in the industry. And it's us against them. NWA, they're one of us. New Japan, they're one of us. You guys, you're one of us. And I think you all know who them is. And as captain of this ship, I intend to be firm but fair as long as you fall in line.
God damn.
Fuck
Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
And then talking about WWE.
On the unrestricted podcast, he said, like, yeah, I meant non-wrestling fans. We're trying to get more non-wrestling fans. It's like, motherfucker, you know what you did.
Hey, if they're a fan of WWE, they're not a wrestling fan.
Yeah. They're a sports entertainment fan.
Yes.
But then NWA had quite the interesting day as well, because they wiped their YouTube account completely clean.
Ooh.
Like, they pulled everything, dude. And then they posted on Twitter an image of that and just said, stay tuned. And then just today, they put up a video titled We're Back, which announces they will be doing their first pandemic-era pay-per-view, Back for the Attack, on the 21st of this month. And then the following Tuesday will be the return of NWA Power.
We'll see.
Yeah. Because if it's anything like the show they were doing for a little bit there, I don't think I can vibe with it. Because, like, NWA had a very specific charm that I don't know if you can recapture in a pandemic world.
Yeah, no. NWA is the wrestling promotion that got hit the fucking hardest in the pandemic.
It sucks, because they were on the come-on.
Yep.
I'm kind of like, I know a lot of people want me to be, will probably expect me to be foaming at the mouth for Back for the Attack, but honestly, I have a real wait-and-see attitude for it after getting burned on the last show. Legitimately, if people tell me it's great, I will watch it. However, if I don't hear good things, or if I hear nothing about it, probably just gonna let it slip by.
I'm just trying to figure out why they fucking deleted their YouTube channel. And
Because Power is now gonna be exclusive to Fight.
that's fucking lame.
I mean, from the looks of it, it will be free on there, but it's exclusive to a service that only wrestling fans watch, which severely limits their ability to gain new audience.
True, but maybe NWA understands that and is kind of going like, okay, AEW is the place where all the normies fucking go. New Japan's the weebs, Impact's for the masochists. Will be for the hardcore old school people, and that's gonna be our niche in this new alliance.
Yeah. And then also on, I believe this was on Tuesday. It might have been early Wednesday. We got some really sad news, which is that Jim Crockett Jr. Passed away this week at the age of 76. And if you aren't aware of who Jim Crockett Jr. is, he is the man for which Jim Crockett Promotions is named. In the 70s and early 80s, this man was Vince McMahon's arch nemesis. He ran the Carolina Promotions. He served multiple terms as chairman of the NWA, because the NWA was an actual alliance once upon a time. It wasn't the name of a promotion. And he's the guy who sold NWA to Ted Turner to make WCW. Without this guy, you don't get Ric Flair. You don't get the Four Horsemen. You maybe don't get Dusty Rhodes. You don't get WCW. Like, Jim Crockett is an incredibly important guy. And like, it sucks that he's kind of relatively obscure these days, but I think it also is kind of a Pat Patterson thing where it's not like, oh shit, I can't believe that guy's gone. It's more like, well, he lived a full life and it's sad that he's gone now, but I hope he's resting peacefully.
Yep. It's not the... He lived a life. He was 76.
Mm-hmm.
But
not exactly tragically young, but not wonderfully old.
Yeah. But we have some boom and some bang to talk about. So are we gonna...
Let me just light that fuse right there.
So let's figure out who's going first.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I got cut it down.
Wow, damn, okay.
So, first things first, on the agenda, we have the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson and Red Velvet versus Jade Cargill and one Shaquille O'Neal. Man. So real quick,
graphic.
This is your boy.
Go to the graphic.
Oh,
Go
wait.
to the graphic.
What graphic?
The graphic I'm streaming.
Hold on, you motherfucker. That's not how this works. And you know it.
That's why I'm telling you to go to it.
I know. There.
Excellent. Look at it. Isn't that beautiful? I made that myself.
There, you happy now? It's on the full screen.
I am. So just... There we go. Yeah. So, this match was way better than it had any right to be.
Yep, nope, it was good.
Like, literally from the moment Red Velvet came out, I was starting to react to stuff and getting into it. Like, it never hit God tier for me, but, like, Red Velvet came out and I went, oh, look at that little baby. And then Jade and Shaq came out and I went, look at those literal giants. This is delightful.
It was big, it was fun, it was bombastic, and Shaq actually put in some work.
Shaq did some shit. Like, legit big man spots and some just plain good wrestling spots. Now, people were quick to point out, like, that's just Cody throwing himself across the ring. But Shaq played into it well enough that it looked like he was doing it to a layman.
Yeah, and like he had enough respect for wrestling in and of itself. It looked like he really practiced these basics to make sure they looked right.
Mm-hmm. Like, I have no doubt him and Cody were training at the Nightmare Factory at least once a week since they started building this match.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't. He wasn't out there busting out fucking cross faces or Boston crabs or anything like that. No, it was typical big man shit. I have big hand. I hit chest. It makes loud noise.
Mm-hmm. That test of strength spot, that was a great visual.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. Just having Shaq go up like that, it's just he looked good. He also looked jacked.
Yeah, he looked way better than I thought he would for his age. And oh god, where was I going? I think the most notable wrestling thing he did was he did a homage to Brody Lee, which was really impressive. Quickly got him over with the crowd. Although I had a heel reaction to it, I was like, "Fuck you! You don't get to do that. That's not your thing."
You're not a wrestler. Why are you doing that? Oh man.
Yeah.
We'll get to the end spot.
Jaden Red can fucking go, dude.
Here's the thing: you can tell Jade is still fucking green. That she still is early in her wrestling career, but she's already this good and this early. She's meant.
You know what? I'm gonna make a prediction. Mark my words. In a year and a half's time or less, Jade Cargill will be women's champion of AEW.
I can see something like that. Also, I really enjoy the fact that she leaned into the fact that she looked like Storm and that she's cosplayed Storm and she has like that Storm motif.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it's great. And then
we now have Storm and Wolverine in AEW. No, we just need Rogue.
AEW and man, it could be fun times. And the little scuffle on the outside with the Gun Club and QT was really fun. Like, that totally surprised me.
The Nightmare Family.
Yeah. And then Shaq going through 2 tables, man. Who saw that coming?
Nobody. Because it's a tough spot to put a aged NBA star, because NBA stars don't have the fucking nice, like, put together bodies. It's like duct tape for a lot of them.
It's slightly less taxing than American football.
Yeah. It's just a lot of high repetitive strain injuries. Like, you look at some of the ones that didn't properly take care of like good posture and everything in their career. They're like, their knees are touching, their feet are all pigeon weird, and it's like damn, you put your body through a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm. Hope you got that money.
Yep, they got that money. And Shaq got that fuck you money.
Yeah. Shaq owns multiple Pizza Huts.
Papa John's.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shaq owns many pizza joints.
But he's also like on the board of directors for Papa John's.
Mm-hmm.
Like he ain't a small part business, and he's also like old NBA money, endorsements, and all that kind of stuff.
He's on SportsCenter all the time. I'm pretty sure this match got featured on SportsCenter. That's why they put it first.
Oh yeah, no. This is a thing to put eyes on AEW, because hey, Shaq's doing a wrestling. Shaq's doing a wrestling? What? Oh my god, he went through a fucking table. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. I mean, to paraphrase Mr. Regular, it was for the brand. The brand. The brand.
But that's not the only thing that Shaq got into, because at the end, Jade and Red had basically the end of the match, and they wrestled some, and Jade did get the pin on a face buster, and it looked fucking good. And
you know what? I think it was the right call.
Because like, this match was like, used to put Jade over.
Yeah. This whole thing has been building Jade and trying to get her over. She has been sort of the central thing from the start. Shaq has been a special guest attraction, and as much as it irks me, Cody has been a glorified prop to get general AEW fans interested. And then Red Velvet's just there because Brandy is occupied.
Yeah, and it's also probably a lighter load on Cody Rhodes, so he could focus on being a dad, being a EVP, booking, and doing all that kind of stuff. It's a lighter load.
Yeah. But yeah, right call. And like I said, I think in probably a year and a half's time, they're gonna put the belt on Jade because she just has that superstar. You can throw her on a poster, and people are gonna go, "I want to see that look."
But Shaq did sell the tables like fucking death, like a non-wrestler should, because he's not used to going through tables.
There was a split second where I went, "Oh shit! Did they legit injure Shaq? Did they break Shaq? Are they in trouble?"
But no, they take Shaq out to an ambulance, and Tony Schiavone's going like, before they leave, I want to make sure Shaq's okay. I want to get a word from him. He opens the ambulance door. Shaq is gone.
Which several people were joking, "Oh no, Shaq's the Fiend," and then I went, "No. AEW just put him in the pocket dimension where to keep Alex Marvez so he can heal up for a little bit."
A wrestling healing coma.
Yeah, he's in the Odin sleep.
No, I saw I was watching Wrestle Talks podcast, and one of the Omega chats, their paid thingamajigs, pointed out, no, Phantom of the Opera. He's just gonna roam around Daly's place with a mask. I'm Shaquille O'Neal.
He's in the steel costume.
You just hear his rap music threateningly from the distance.
But it's not like threatening rap music. It's like fucking early Fresh Prince stuff.
No, that's what Shaq's music sounded like.
Yeah.
It's just in the distance, and you go like, "Is that fucking Shaq's rap?" And you just hear a big, loud, booming voice. "Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?"
Sure. But I saw some people get genuinely upset that they didn't pay off the disappearance angle in this episode, because like clearly they did that to keep the general NBA people tuned in for the rest of the episode. But like, there's only one place where I could see them paying it off, and that's that during the later segment he comes out and confronts Paul White. But that would have felt a little clunky, I think, to your average viewer. And also, like, it's AEW. We like to do long-term storytelling here. Shaq will return.
Shaq's going to show up on Inside the NBA, unless that show's not on right now, which it might be. And he can sell it better. He's going to show up and go like, "Yeah, no, man, I just don't want to deal with any of them AEW bullshit. I'm going to fuck them up later, though."
Mm-hmm.
And he just, yeah.
But after that, we got Death Triangle versus being the Bastard Pac, and Ray Phoenix versus John Skyler and D Free in, I think, the first legitimate AEW squash match.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Ray Phoenix and by extension Pac have kind of just been losing a lot, so give them a win. Let's give them a good win to kind of get them back on their feet before too much. And
also, they don't have a big showcase match at Revolution, so kind of remind people that they're here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it was just a squash. They could have done this on Dark.
The biggest mark I have against it is just that I don't watch Dark regularly, so I had no idea who John Skyler and D Free were. So had Excalibur not gotten their names in at the literal last second, I would have just typed, "And then Pac and Ray squashed two random Dark jobbers."
Yeah. But next, we had an Inner Circle press conference hosted by Dasha Gonzalez. We had a couple different guests come in and ask some questions. An intern from Barstool Sports, who you couldn't hear his question at all. But
Mhm.
Chris Jericho did respond in a way so people could figure out what he was saying. Basically saying like, I want to reclaim championship gold no matter what it is. Basically saying like, yeah, no, it's like I'm just going for tags because gold, 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 gold.
I'm a champion. I have to earn that name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the co-host for Grilling with JR, Arn Anderson's podcast. I can't remember his name.
I literally had it in my head until you said I can't remember his name.
Um,
Conrad Thompson.
Conrad Thompson comes out. I can't remember his question, but it was okay. It was good. No, it was.
Yeah.
He asked if is Sammy gonna return to the inner circle, and both MJF and Chris Jericho like, shut up, Conrad. Fuck you. Sammy's fucking lame. Sammy sucks.
Yeah.
And then another person from Barstool comes out. I can't remember his question. It led in more into the match itself. But the final one was Eric Bischoff. Always nice to see Eric Bischoff.
B from Wyoming.
Always good to see Eric Bischoff on AEW. He just fits this atmosphere. And
I like the idea that he's never going to be a permanent fixture in AEW. He'll just every once in a while show up to troll Chris Jericho.
And only Chris Jericho.
Everyone else, they're fine. They're safe from Bischoff's wrath. But Jericho...
Yeah. And he basically goes, are you guys fucking idiots? Because you're going to have a match. And you just pissed off the Young Bucks. Making them want to beat your ass harder. Are you dumb? Basically, why did you fucking heel?
Yeah.
It just makes them more fiery baby faces. And then the Young Bucks come out and go like, here's an example of how we're more fiery baby faces.
We love our dad. Our dad is a good man. He taught us to be good boys, like your dads clearly didn't. Our dad built us a wrestling ring in our backyard because he couldn't afford college, but we wanted to be wrestlers anyway. Our dad, if it wasn't for our dad, there wouldn't be us. There wouldn't be BT. There wouldn't be AEW. You wouldn't have a job. You'd be curtain jerking at the Performance Center, Chris Jericho. Max, you're a fucking lame kid who lives with his parents. Fuck you. And then they fought.
Yep. And then they put Brown Powerful through some tables.
It was fun. It was fun. It was good. I saw some people getting a little upset about the Performance Center comment. I thought it was fine. It's very in character for the Bucks.
It's in character for the Bucks, but also, thing A, we complained all the fucking time when WWE wouldn't acknowledge other people. And now that AEW just acknowledges everybody...
Oh, it's so disrespectful. Oh, they should focus on building their own talent instead of trying to tear other people down.
And here's the thing. It was basically saying, yeah, Chris Jericho, if it wasn't for AEW, you wouldn't have your second career win, and you'd just be there doing the same thing as always.
Mm-hmm. Hell,
it wasn't
you might
saying
not even be on TV because Vince doesn't like guys after a certain age.
Unless you're Goldberg.
Yeah.
But, like, it didn't feel like fuck WWE. It felt like, Jericho, remember, you could be in WWE. It's like...
We do sign your pay, you know.
Yeah, it's basically saying, like, hey, this, whether you like to admit it or not, this place is pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm. But after that, we got probably the worst thing on this show because it's the only bit of build we get, aside from commentary table. It's the only bit of build we get for the actual World Championship match. And it's just a video package recapping stuff we've seen before with a little bit of new interview, most notably from one of the guys who was really famous for doing barbed wire death matches in Japan.
And I bet John fucking popped out of his fucking seat when he saw that they got him. Here's the thing. I agree that they should have done more. I did like this video package.
Yeah.
Because it did explain some of the rules of a barbed wire death match.
Yeah, it is good. I'm just saying maybe they should have done this and maybe, I don't know, axed Pac and Phoenix in favor of having the show end with Moxley and Omega brawling.
Maybe. Who knows? It was fine though. It was a fine promo package. Also, getting that legend was cool to see because AEW respects all legends, even if like no one in the audience would know who that person is.
Yeah,
Which is just nice to see. Because they could have
and
just gotten.
speaking,
They could have
Go
They
ahead.
could have just put Luther in that fucking chair, and it'd be fine because Luther also fought in a lot of those matches.
That's true. I'm surprised they didn't get Luther a little bit.
I mean, there's been stories of John Moxley marking the fuck out when he saw that they signed Luther
That's awesome.
because he likes that style of wrestling. It's like, oh shit, fucking Luther, and everybody's going like, who the fuck is this guy? And it's just like, it's nice to know that John Moxley gets to work with people that he looked up to, you know.
Mhm. How often do you think he asked Tony Khan if he can have a match with Luther?
Oh, he probably's asked once or twice and go like, hey, Luther's here to be a developmental talent to help the young guys and be a veteran. Maybe one day as a fun thing, but not right now. And John and Luther probably go like, you know what, that makes sense. They're
Probably.
professionals.
But speaking of respecting legends, you have the next thing, don't you?
Yeah, we have FTR and Tully Blanchard with JJ Dillon versus Jurassic Express.
This is my match of the night. This was fucking awesome, dude.
Tully can still go somewhat, not harsh. Like I don't want to see him wrestle a fucking 5-star classic tomorrow.
Don't put Tully in a singles match.
No. But seeing him here, it was fun. It was respectful. It was, again, a legend. They know how to deal with them. Also, they pointed out a lot of the fun flaws of, like, modern wrestling. Of, like, oh, Tully's going to do a tope. Tully's going to do a suicide dive. Nope.
And then he just does the Ric Flair dance.
And it's just like, it played into it. It's a fun match. It was just fun, and like to see Jurassic Express just be pure baby faces.
Yeah, but just like them coming out with JJ Dillon and all those belts and Tully in the robe, like I don't have nostalgia for that stuff. But much like when I watch, say, Gokaiger or Kamen Rider Decade, I got a contact high of the nostalgia.
You understand its significance.
Mm-hmm. I was like, this is fucking awesome. Let's go.
You don't need to know all of Superman's history to understand why All-Star Superman is so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of thing. But eventually, a sneaky sneak is on the outside, doing sneaky sneak things, and it eventually results in pinning Luchasaurus after a spiked pile driver. And we go like, okay, who's...
Blanchard and Luchasaurus in 2021. I love it.
Yeah. And then we go like, who was that sneaky sneak boy? Who was that sneaky... It was Sean Spears.
Sean Spears! He's still working with Tully Blanchard. I guess they ditched the new character direction for him for like the 89th time. But also he's got bleached hair. And he's working directly with FTR and Tully now. It's not a distanced thing anymore. And then they fucking teased Horseman shit.
Because Arn comes out and he holds up the floor and is like, are you doing this shit? And Tully just holds up the floor and is like, we're doing this shit, boy.
So
all right.
I'm excited. I'm happy. My boy Sean Spears is getting stuff to do again. And like,
I mean, I started to miss Sean Spears. I was thinking, oh man, Sean Spears hasn't been on in a while. I liked seeing him on TV, and now he's back. It's like, fuck yeah, Sean Spears.
Yeah,
I think the time away.
I'm legitimately excited for the quest for the fourth man in this group.
Yeah, but legitimately, the time away helped Sean Spears some, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was bouncing from different things, and like being away, it's just like, yeah, no, Sean Spears, focused.
Yeah. Oh, and now he has the potential to be the difference maker in this group, and I like that.
Yeah. He's the new Tully.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the
never going to be the big name, but he's always going to be there doing the work.
he's the perfect support player.
Mm-hmm.
So who's gonna be the guy though? Who's gonna be the fourth?
You know, he's too deep in other storyline stuff, but God, I want it to be him.
That'd be fun. That'd be fine. Cody would also make sense because he's pretty old school, but
Cody's got the Nightmare family.
Cody's
We
got the
need a
night.
we need a solo dude. Who's still solo in AEW that could fit in this group?
Mox? Nope. No, it won't be him. Sammy.
Sammy as the front man of the new Four Horsemen could be fun.
It could be fun, but I don't think it's gonna be him. I think they want to turn him babyface. Maybe this is just it. Maybe Tully's the fourth man. Maybe this is just it's going to be a trio set, and Tully fills in every once in a while if they need it.
That could work.
Or maybe the fourth man's not even a fourth man.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. I was actually gonna say before Sean took off his hood, I dead ass was going, holy crap, they're debuting Tessa Blanchard.
I here's the thing with Tessa Blanchard. She says some reprehensible shit that I'm not sure would fly in the fucking AEW locker room unless she eats some major ass crow.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently her dad fucking chewed her the fuck out. Apparently, some time ago.
Yeah.
About that fucking attitude. So
And
maybe
here's
she
the thing
had.
about Tessa Blanchard. Here's why I got excited when I thought it was Tessa Blanchard. She seems like she's actually doing that self-reflection and reinvention shit that I talked about earlier. Like, nobody's seen heads or tails of her since the pandemic, and I think that's because she's doing that shit. I hope that's because she's doing that shit. I want her to come back stronger and as a better person. Please, let there be some good in the world, for Christ's sake.
But if she does do that self-reflection, she's a better person, and she they can everybody's okay with her being there. Having Tessa Blanchard in the locker room, she's experienced, she's a well-known women's wrestler, she can do good shit, she's good in the ring. Have her be the fourth person of the Four Horsemen, and have FTR go for the tags, Shawn going for the TNT title, and Tessa going for the women's title, and basically go no, why should we go for the main heavyweight title? Because that is a giant ass fucking target. Mm-hmm. We want to keep these belts. We don't want to fucking have to fucking kill ourselves every week to keep that.
We don't want to do a back and forth with Dusty every week, okay? That's old school. That's too old school for us.
We want to keep these things so we can keep the money. Mm-hmm. And I think that could work. Imagine Shawn Spears, blonde, glove, black TNT title.
Ooh.
Ooh,
yes.
That looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Oh. But after this match, even as they were making their way to the back, bringing in some of that sort of chaotic, classic NWA, even power energy of segments sort of overlapping, Tony Schiavone is starting to talk up Paul White coming out, and as he does it, JJ Dillon just grabs the mic and goes, "That was the real shit." I was like, "Yeah."
And Tony just going, "You're not getting paid extra for that." It's fucking great.
But Tony Schiavone talks over Paul White. He's like, "Yo, we've been friends for years. I haven't seen him in such a long time, but he's here tonight. Come on out." And they have the generic AEW on commercial break music for Fight TV theme for him. Okay.
I just don't think they have his real theme ready yet.
Yeah.
This is placeholder.
How do you feel about the shirt? Because I've seen people love the shirt and people hate the shirt.
As a shirt, it's dumb. As a logo, as a concept, as theming for his wrestling persona in AEW, it's fucking brilliant.
Agreed. Because for those of you who don't know, the shirt says "No More BS," which means one thing, but it also means Big Show.
Yeah. And it's cute, it's clever, but eventually it's going to be more associated with bullshit, because that's probably going to be, like, his general vibe. It's like, fuck the bullshit. No more.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I'm
he's
tired of
supposed to
dealing
be
with locker room bullshit.
apparently he's going to be the play-by-play commentator for Elevation. Tony Schiavone is doing color commentary, so
Who knows? He talked well. He was very good in promo. And here's the thing. I don't ever remember seeing a Big Show promo.
neither do I.
So I have no idea how good of a promo he is. I watched the first episode of his sitcom, and he was a fine actor.
See, I watched. This is probably the most I've seen him talking in a whole segment ever. So I watched this and I was like, okay, you're a little slow for somebody who's going to be commentating fast-paced action, but that's fine. Also, your voice is deeper than I remember, but that's fine. Also, holy crap, you're huge. I'm getting shades of Andre and Mean Gene with the way you're putting your hand on Tony's shoulder.
Well, I mean, Paul White did have the same disorder that Andre the Giant had. He just got it surgically taken care of at an earlier age.
Yeah.
So he would live longer and be healthier. But he did go on to say something else.
Yeah, he said that he is having the biggest scoop in wrestling right now. So good for him. I like some ice cream myself. But he went on to say that there would be a Hall of Fame worthy talent debuting at Evolution. So it's great that WWE is bringing back the all women's pay-per-view. Really good for them. I'm not going to watch it because I said I wasn't watching any 2021 WWE content, but great, still being progressive. Way to go. He meant to say Revolution. It's forgivable, but I had to do the joke. I had to do the joke.
It's cute. It's funny. It's fine.
But so yeah, obviously some names have been flying around. CM Punk has already said it's not me.
That's what someone who it would be would say.
Yeah. But also some other prime contenders. Ethan Page recently blacked out his Instagram and then posted "See you soon." But I don't know if you could consider Ethan Page Hall of Fame worthy. However, until this, I thought he was going to be in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. I thought that's what was happening because of him blacking that out. And then there's also Okada. Because remember, Dave Meltzer said New Japan was shipping Okada over to work with some people in the States.
Yeah.
But Paul said this person is signing with AEW.
Right.
And I don't think New Japan would be like, here, sign one of our biggest names.
And keep him for a long period. Like, no. The only one I can see of that level of New Japaniness that would sign with AEW for a long-term contract would maybe be Tanahashi, because he is a little bit older in New Japan. He is a little bit more of like yesterday's news, essentially. There are new aces in Japan. And this could basically be like a retirement field for him. Come out, do some fun stories in America, and then eventually do his big retirement tour.
I've also, WrestleTalk also said that RVD is the most likely candidate because he's not currently signed to anyone.
He also said he was going back to Impact, though, didn't he?
Yeah. And also, I wouldn't get excited for RVD. I have literally no association with RVD. So I'd just be like, okay, it's RVD. That's nice. Now do something cool to impress me. I don't know. Who's your wild pie in the sky? I want it to be this person.
Part of me just wants to say CM Punk.
Man.
Because come on.
Would you throw CM Punk at the TNT title though? Wouldn't you want to throw him
But
in
here's
the
the
main
thing.
event scene?
He didn't say it was going to be at the TNT thing. He just said debut at Revolution. The TNT thing and that announcement are two different things.
Mm. It's fair.
So we could get CM Punk.
What if I'm right? What if it's Ethan Page in the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and then CM Punk is in the closing angle of the show?
Goddamn. If we hear one iota of living color in this goddamn pay-per-view,
I'll scream. I'll scream so loud they'll be able to hear me 5 houses down.
all we'll have to hear is da-da-da-da-da. What the fuck? It's like, oh man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to, because any other person I can think of are too old to do anything really neat and relevant in AEW, or are so wrapped up in WWE legend contract or behind the scene contract that it wouldn't be feasible.
Yeah.
Like Wrestle Talk was talking about Kurt Angle, and it's like, no, Kurt Angle wouldn't fucking. Kurt Angle's too hurt, too
Like
old.
I love Kurt Angle, but I don't want Kurt Angle getting a big push in AEW. I don't think he needs that.
Jeff Hardy's still wrapped up in his WWE contract, so he's not coming over to AEW. Mick Foley's too old, but he'd be interesting as a character and a backstage presence.
Mm-hmm.
But like, is that all you're gonna want to use that person for?
Yeah.
You want to I have a feeling they want to sign a talent who will wrestle some, like Paul White will.
I think they're teasing somebody on the level of, or maybe a little more gas in the tank than Paul White.
And the only persons I can think of who don't have a WWE contract that are kind of like that, Batista. He's retired though.
Yeah, like he literally went on Twitter and was like, "Okay, we need a new word for retired, because retired doesn't work for wrestling anymore. People don't understand what it means."
Yeah, no, Batista's done with wrestling. He is just an actor now.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena.
No.
But he, like, technically, maybe.
If John Cena debuted in AEW, I think I would have an aneurysm just from sheer what the fuckedness.
If John Cena debuts in AEW, that is the fucking sign of the end times.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I just spotted the dumbest thing ever.
Hornswoggle?
No. What if Seth Rollins' contract is up this month? I have no idea if it is or not. I'm just saying. Could you imagine that?
I don't know, man.
Another thing.
Whoa, wait a second. When is Adam Cole's contract ending?
Ooh. Because remember, I don't know if you're keeping up with NXT, but he just disbanded the Undisputed Era.
And he has
I think they'd want him to have a big match with Roderick Strong before he left.
Yeah. But also, he's been seen backstage at AEW a lot more often recently. Because remember, his girlfriend's a major player in the women's division.
Mm-hmm. One more, just to make you pop. Tommy End and Fia Trinidad coming in as a duo. For the audio listeners, he just got up and walked away. He's having a moment.
No, but he could be in the goddamn ladder match. He can be in the goddamn ladder. He can be in the ladder match.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that because Tommy End isn't Hall of Fame worthy just yet.
It's gonna disappoint me now. I'm gonna be disappointed.
Just say a little prayer on Saturday.
Goddamn, what if he joins AEW and Tony Khan just goes like, all right, pick a Code Orange song. Any actual Code Orange.
God damn it. Tony Khan would.
And then, guess what we get to do? Hey, phew, look what's happening. Is that fucking Code Orange? Yeah, that's his entrance. He comes out to that every time? Yeah.
Remember, the last time Few talked about wrestling, he was watching NXT TakeOver like 3 years ago.
Oh, man. If it's Tommy fucking N. Tommy N.
Let's go.
Boy.
Okay, we've been speculating for like almost 15 minutes. We need to move on.
My pins, Tommy N in the ladder match, because fuck, I didn't even think of that. And there's been no word about his contract. There was rumors that it was ending at the beginning of this year. Ricochet.
That's my Tommy End. Yeah, holy shit.
And CM Punk for the Hall of Fame. Yeah. I'm putting my chip there.
I think Ethan Page is still likely to be in that ladder match just because of the Instagram thing. But like that could also be teasing a re-debut in a company he's already been in, so who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. CM Punk just seems to, because he's never been one to say absolutely fuck no to AEW. It's always been like, maybe if everything like
a lot of money if the creative's right.
Yeah, and maybe it is all now. Maybe he has more trust. Maybe there's actual, like, they've been talking. It's like, hey, sorry if we pissed you off. What the fuck, like, in actual conversation and talking and that kind of stuff. Who knows?
I mean, he has literally said in interviews, I would be more likely to go to AEW because I'd want to wrestle newer guys that I haven't gotten a chance to go up against before, like Kenny Omega and Darby Allin.
And, like, he's Hall of Fame worthy. Like, it works. He's not wrapped up in the WWE system. Mm-hmm. It lines up. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, here's my bullshit dumb pick. Sergeant Slaughter, just to make me happy.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to have him be like a backstage interviewer, but he's still Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah. So he's trying to give drill instructions in the form of questions.
Does Hasbro still own like the visual rights to his character so they can do the G.I. Joe character?
No, that's all Mattel right now. No. Mattel no longer has a Legends contract with him because he didn't want to work with Hasbro anymore. But there's a third-party G.I. Joe company that bought the rights to Action Man, the international name for G.I. Joe, and they're about to start releasing figures. Like, they did a Kickstarter last year, and the figures are supposed to ship this month. In that first wave is a Sergeant Slaughter that has an official likeness from him on it.
Are they 3.5 scale?
They're 6-inch scale. They're meant to go with classified series.
Oh, okay. That's nice. It works.
Yeah. I'll show you some pictures after we're done.
Neat. Goddamn, I'm still thinking about Tommy fucking End. Oh, man. We're already just calling him Tommy End because we're just getting ready. We just don't want to call him Aleister Black anymore.
Yeah, Tommy End and Fia Trinidad. I want them both.
But next up, we had the final of the Women's Eliminator Tournament with Ryo Mizunami versus Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero at her corner. This was a fun women's hoss fight.
This was so much fun. Like, this match started, I was like, yeah, let's go Anarchy. Like, no disrespect to Nyla. I love Nyla. but we've had Nyla versus Hikaru like 3 times now. We don't need it again.
And I
So,
honestly think they were playing into that with that booking.
mhm. Like, Hikaru's at ringside watching the match, and you can just kind of see on her face, she's like, God damn it, Nyla better not win. I don't want to fucking deal with Nyla again. And then, spoilers, Rio wins after a fucking great work rate match. Um, like, she got all of her shit in, fully showed off for the TV AEW audience. And then Hikaru gets in the ring with the "You won the championship" trophy, hands it to her. They shake hands, and then immediately Ryu starts going after her, and they get in like a little punch fest, and it's great.
But here's the
It's
thing:
like,
they were
yes,
smiling the whole time.
yes, you're my friend, but I want you to fucking go. Let's go.
It felt very much like, hey, you want to punch? Yeah, let's punch, 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 punch.
Yeah, this is nice and sweet and wholesome, but also let's sell that pay-per-view. Okay.
It was fun. It was good. Also, Hikaru Shida was doing that in fucking heels. Fucking
Damn.
class
I didn't
act.
notice that.
Yeah, no, she was nice, elegant little orange heels. It went really well with the blazing white suit, which she should just wear all the goddamn time. And she looks fucking
Yeah, if
crisp.
she's not wrestling, she needs to be in that suit. Like,
She looks great. Looks wonderful. Yeah, no, I can't wait for this.
uh, but
Because
then
they're gonna go full
after
Joshi. They're gonna Joshi the fuck
yes.
out of it.
Mhm. But then after a commercial break, Tony Schiavone was in the ring to talk to Sting, and he comes out and he basically says, "Yo, Brian Cage, thanks for shaking off the ring rust. I really appreciate it. You got the fight ready. I'm ready for the street fight at Revolution." Then Ricky Starks comes out, which was nice because we hadn't seen enough of him in the last couple of weeks. He comes out and he basically goes like, "Hey Sting, I'm sorry. Respect. You still got it. But also, you're not an icon. We're going to have fight." And then they have fight, and then Darby comes out to help along with Team Taz. Big little brawl. This was basically every segment in this feud all rolled into one, which was both a nice way to cap it off heading into the match, and also a little annoying because it's like, wow, you could have literally just done like 2 segments and then this to build it, and have that just be like once every other week going into this match, and we wouldn't have been half as frustrated with the build as we were.
Yeah. But also, like, if we didn't have all that build, having Ricky Starks going like, you know what? Wrong. You are kind of good. Wouldn't be as satisfying.
It's fair.
I'm not saying it's all one way and all one the other. I'm just saying there's a middle ground we could have met.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, didn't Hook try to fucking choke out Sting?
Yeah, Hook is the best. Hook is low key my favorite member of Team Taz right now.
Goddamn. Train Hook. Let's do it.
Because Hook, you know what? Hook is just evil. Hook is Nemesis Marco Stunt.
That's a fucking sentence. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh man. But next we have a match to figure out another member of the casino ladder match. What's going to be going down? Whether it's going to be Preston Vance of the Dark Order or Platinum Max Caster.
I'm surprised that he came out on his own.
I think I think it's just time and travel and a bunch of things.
Mm. It's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was an okay match. My favorite thing about it was just the opening rap and 10 being big brother to -1. It's really nice that they're still keeping -1 still involved in stuff.
He's a cute mascot for Dark Order.
Mm-hmm. Like, he's not always there, but whenever there's something to do with him, they're like, "Hey, is it okay if Brody Jr. comes to Dynamite this week?"
And I'm pretty
You got a
sure,
good report card? Okay, send him over. We'll be nice. We'll have somebody take care of him.
that there's like again, I think the thing with Brody Lee kind of shook a lot of the AEW locker room, and they see Brody Jr. as literally a little brother. They want to
Mm-hmm.
take care of him. They want to be there for him. They want to keep an eye out on him. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Brody Jr. appreciates that in his little kid way of appreciating things, and is super excited to just be part of wrestling because this was his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really interesting thinking like there is a very real reason to believe we may get to see Brody Lee Jr. grow up before our eyes. Or he might be here for like another year or two, and then he'll disappear from our screens until like 10 years after that, when he'll debut as an actual roster member, and he'll have a killer interview with CBB, which I can't wait for.
Like, I there's no doubt in my mind that as of right now, Brody Lee Jr. wants to grow up to be a professional wrestler. And he has to pick
Mm-hmm.
of the schools, he has to pick of promotions. Like, if he wants to go to WWE, I wouldn't want him to go to WWE, but if he wants to go there, you guarantee that a McMahon will say, yes, you have a place in our roster. You know?
Yeah.
Uh but he has a like but the rest of this match was fun. It was good. They both looked good. Um
How'd you
Scorpio
feel
Sky
about
was,
Scorpio Sky on commentary?
I like this. I like his weird tweener gimmick that he's trying to go for.
Yeah. I haven't been listening to his Rooster Teeth podcast, so I don't know if this has been established there, but it's fun. It's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, they post a podcast on AEW YouTube channel too, so you don't
Yeah,
have to
it's
go to
one of
Rooster
those
Teeth.
things that I always open in a tab and then ends up getting put in my watch later playlist at the end of the night.
Yeah. Um, but throughout the match, Jack Evans grabbed the boombox, hit 10, so Max Caster can get the pin and win and go on to the ladder match. And as
Mhm.
the match is ending, Jack Evans goes up the ramp, and you see Matt Hardy with the equivalent of a burlap sack, just handing him
Yeah,
money.
just like in big fucking Sharpie, Jack Evans, $1,400.
God, note to self: we're not gonna keep track of money that way, right?
Yeah.
Right. But it's just that's funny. It was good, and at least it goes on to what Matt Hardy was going on about, like, fuck the Dark Order. I'm gonna fucking beat you all.
Yep. And then we got a couple little things leading into the Revolution buy-in. Thunder Rosa and Riho versus Britt Baker and Reba was announced for the buy-in. That should be fun. I hope the feud between Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa doesn't just fizzle out here. That's the only thing I have to say about it. I hope this is a transition into that feud heating up again.
I wouldn't mind if
Oh,
they branched off for a little bit and then came back to it.
that's fair. Yeah, AEW could stand to have some more recurring adversaries. Um, and then Miro was backstage basically saying like, hey, Charles, I offered you a shot at redemption. You never came home and apologized. So now I'm going to beat the shit out of you at Revolution.
And then he said
And
a lot
also
of
he
things in
said,
Bulgarian, and I wonder what the fuck that was because it sounded fucking tough and intimidating.
mhm. But knowing wrestling, he was probably just saying like candy canes and lollipops and shit.
Who knows? But at the end, we have the main event: Big Money Matt Hardy versus and Mark Quinn versus Hangman Adam Page, and Jesus Christ, what is and John Silver with the Dark Order.
So here's what happened in this match. John Silver went and hugged Hangman and said, let's win this one for friendship. And Hangman said, for friendship! And then Matt Hardy slipped Mark Quinn a $50 bill and said, win this one because I told you so. And Mark Quinn went, because I told you.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of the whole vibe. Uh, but it was fun. It was a fun match.
Yeah,
And then we had a brawl.
yeah. The show ended on a fucking mid card massive. Here's everyone from Dark just in the ring fighting.
Here's all the
Yes.
tag teams that are going to be in the tag team battle royale.
Mhm.
Uh,
Because remember that's happening.
yeah.
Apparently, I listened to Unrestricted because Tony Khan talking about Revolution on Unrestricted this week went straight to YouTube today. So I watched that right when I got home. Apparently, the tag title match is opening the show, and then we're getting this battle royal.
So figure out who's got the belt, and then we're going to go like, all right, who's going to go up for it?
Yeah,
I can dig that. I can dig that.
definitely.
But yeah, that was wrestling this week.
Yeah, it was a interesting, not the best week ever, but some definite highlights. The rise of Ryo Mizunami, the surprising awesomeness of Shaq, um, fucking Tully Blanchard still having it,
Yeah.
um,
God damn.
and also R.I.P. Jim Crockett and fuck you Joey Ryan.
Fuck you, Dick Man.
I'm gonna have to get that chant going if I ever actually get to do my BTE lecture.
God damn. The longer we wait for your BTE lecture, the
Hmm.
more fucked up it's getting.
Like I can't wait to be because like I'm taking the most inspiration for it from the Sonichu lecture and the biggest problem in the universe lecture. So like I want to have that vibe Digi has in the biggest problem in the universe lecture where he keeps going. Now remember, at this time, Maddox was a genuinely well-regarded member of the internet community.
Remember, this man wasn't a known rapist yet.
Yeah.
Fuck Joey Ryan. Fuck anybody who acts like that. But
Mhm.
in the meantime, tell the people where they can find your bullshit.
Hey everybody, I'm the Vacuuminator, a talent here on the internet who's currently on hiatus from solo content. However, if you want to see me regularly, you can find me on this show every week, as well as on This Week in Toku or Twit with Back and Buster every Tuesday night here on the Modular Media channel, as well as A Little Worse Than a Pot, A Little Better Than a Cast. And if you want to check out my backlog of solo work, you can do so by going to youtube.com/the Vacuuminator. That's spelled TheVacuuminator. And you can follow me on Twitter just to get my random thoughts and jokes. That will be at the Vacuuminator on Twitter. And I do action figure photography on Instagram. So go and follow me at the_Vacuuminator on Instagram for all of that.
Alrighty. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Boingo Writer Gaston. I make video essays and editorials on the YouTube. You can find me at Boingo Writer. A link to that is probably in the description. I am also on Twitter and Instagram at Boingo_Writer. So you can find me there. You can always join my Discord server. A link to that is in the description. And you can join me on Twitch. Follow me there at Boingo Writer. You can search it up there. I don't think we have a link in the description right this moment. But this was Modular Media Wrestling Podcast. Fac, how do you feel about this podcast this week?
Uh, Not the worst we've done, but also not the best we've done. I'd say it was a solid episode. Few hiccups, but solid.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much poop is in your system right now?
None. I actually had three very good poops today, so I'm pretty empty.